Fake Ivy. Highest suicide rate. Weather is hella rough and long winters. Aloha, it's Katie, and today I'm finally doing a highly requested video with...
Hi, I'm Anna.
From Indiana, and it's so cool because I'm sure a lot of you have also probably watched her videos. I know I did, and she was super helpful to me when I was applying to Cornell. Today, we are going to debunk some Cornell myths. So we asked you guys on our Instagrams to ask us questions or myths you had about Cornell, and today we are going to spill the tea.
Yes.
If you haven't already subscribed to Anna's channel, then you should down below already. What are you guys waiting for? Also, you should follow her socials down below. And if you're new to my channel, that would be cool too. Without further ado, let's debunk some Cornell myths. Amina USA said depression and mental health issues among students.
So I've had a lot of experience with this because I've had a lot of ups and downs at Cornell, and I attend therapy also. It's just sort of a healthy thing for anyone to go to. When I first came to Cornell, it was way worse than it is now, like absolutely way worse. Actually, I think the first time I started looking at like Cornell Health Services was when I was a sophomore, and it took me 3 or 4 months to get my first appointment, which is pretty awful. Like if I was in a much more severe situation, it would have been really bad, right? This past semester when I called in again and I was like, oh, I want to, renew and go back, check up on myself. I think it only took a few weeks, so it's gone better. I've heard they hired some more staff, and there was a big push last year in my junior year for kind of more mental health services and whatnot, and I think it's gotten better. It's not perfect, but
the community at least is very aware of it, and I think on the meme page, like Cornell University meme, there are a lot about mental health, and people use that to talk about how important it is and how Cornell needs to keep pushing. Another thing my friend told me was that part of our medical plan includes some access to like Cayuga's medical center.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
so he would go there instead, and they were really fast. So if Cornell Health doesn't have immediately, you can also try one outside in the greater Ithaca community. A ball of gas said, there's nothing to do for fun except drink.
And Gigi Chelsea says it's a party school. I mean,
there's definitely a nightlife.
It's sort of like it's there if you want it.
Yeah.
But I don't think you would feel left out if you didn't.
If you didn't. Yeah, I really agree. Exactly. If you are like a party person or you like spending your weekends that way, there are definitely a lot of parties normally going on every weekend, sometimes on weekdays. Here we have like Fishbowl Wednesdays.
Yes.
Sometimes I just see a swarm of people going towards College Town on a Wednesday night.
Exactly, that's for Fishbowls.
Yeah.
It's really not that expensive from what I've heard and stuff. So typically it's like seniors who like don't really care about classes on Thursdays and stuff. They'll just go to Fishbowls on Wednesdays, and it's really fun. I've had semesters where like I pretty much never went out, and I had semesters that I went out like every week. And so I can like personally say that like there's life for both kinds of people.
Right, you can definitely pursue that. But if you're not, then you also have a lot of other options. So we have social frats, we have professional ones, and also MGFC for like multicultural ones.
I'm also not part of social Greek life, but I was in a service fraternity actually for my first 2 years. So we did community service, and when I say fraternity, it's girls and boys. So the professional ones and like the community service, like the ones I was in are co-ed. But that was really fun. I met a lot of people, so it's a good community. Personally, I don't know if there's like something specific about Greek life. I personally have maybe a less popular opinion on Greek life. I don't personally really agree with a lot of things morally about the system, and hazing is a thing. It's sort of something that's not like officially written down anywhere, so people can sometimes pretend like it doesn't exist, but we all know stories, we all know that exists.
Or like we see it in our friends.
Right, exactly. I think there's a lot of reasons to join Greek life, and for example like community or sisterhood or brotherhood, but if you don't want to join, then I think it's totally chill. Like it's really not, you see a lot of people like wearing their letters around, and that's really kind of as much as I see it, and you can go to their parties without being part of them, so if you still want to be a little bit part of it, but not totally, all that stuff.
Gigi Chelsea asked, can you describe the hookup culture at Cornell?
Tinder's a thing. Many people use Tinder.
I don't think Cornell does something specifically different with hookup culture. I think it's just there is hookup culture.
Yeah. I also kind of feel like it's one of those things like Greek life. It's like it's for some people and not for others. You don't really feel like excluded either way, I think. So it's just like a thing. AOE Pawan says it's in the middle of nowhere.
It's in upstate New York. It's more rural, but there are still cities an hour drive away. A lot of it is nature. We have a lot of waterfalls and parks. hikes. So if you're an outdoorsy person, or if you want to be an outdoorsy person, then I think this is a great way to try that out. But if not, you can just stay on campus. I thought I'd want to go and shop a lot, but Amazon Prime is a big thing here.
Yeah, we all use Amazon
right.
Prime. I would say the fact that it's more rural means that the community is a little bit closer, exactly. Because people don't really go like out into a city often, right? Like the closest city is probably Syracuse, which is over an hour away. Yeah. And so what that means is a lot of events that you do attend are hosted by Cornell or hosted by the Ithaca community. If you're looking for more city life, then Ithaca is not totally like that. It's far from city life. It has like its own quirks. But it's kind of cool, like local restaurants, local shops, like just local businesses and like sustainable businesses and all that kind of stuff.
Right, because you're zero waste.
Yes, I'm trying. And so Ithaca is a really good place for kind of a different sort of route in that sense, like very local.
Lally VR said, I'm not sure if this is a myth or not, but applying ED increases your chances of getting in. That is true. So if you really know you want to come to Cornell, then I would definitely suggest applying early. Jessica Drinan asked, is Cornell financial aid good? And is Cornell super stressful? Both of us aren't on financial aid, so we haven't gone through the process, but we do have friends who have received it. And I find that if you live in New York State, people get a lot of financial aid, especially if you go to one of the land grant colleges.
From what I've heard, the financial aid of not just Cornell, but kind of Ivy League colleges and a lot of private colleges, if you are in need of it, they will pay like a very large sum for you. Like you will receive a very large aid. And then if you are kind of on the brink of getting it or not getting it, you most likely won't get it. So I do know a few people who have like their entire tuition for Cornell paid by financial aid, which is good because their families couldn't provide it themselves.
Ariana Hagigi said that engineering is living hell.
Yes, I'm in engineering.
I'm arts and sciences.
So we're in the same major but in different colleges. So I don't feel like our experiences are too different from each other, but we take a few different classes along the way. Engineering is pretty difficult your freshman year and a little bit into your sophomore year from what I've heard. And also what I experienced, because in engineering, so your curriculum is super strict. Yeah. So in things like arts and sciences, I think you guys can like take a language or take a science. In engineering, it's you must take this science, and then after this science, you must take this science, and it's very based in chemistry and physics, which for me as a computer science major has absolutely nothing to do with what I want to do. So it was really stressful for me. I'm super bad at chemistry, for example, and I had to take this class that like I absolutely had no interest in, and I worked really hard, and like it was just so difficult. I didn't feel like I could like get any better. But really after your freshman year, a little bit after your sophomore year also, things really calm down a lot because you start to only take classes that you've chosen in your major. So in the computer science degree, for example, we have a section of our degree called like an external specialization, which is essentially a minor, but it's like built into our degree, and we have to choose 3 classes in any related fields. So for example, they can all be in like government, they can all be in English or whatever. So you get a little bit of free reign there after you get a little older. So engineering, I would say, is a living hell for like the first year to 2 years, but after that, you're just like kind of everyone else. Kelvin Wu says they have a good wrestling team. We're not really sure about wrestling, I think, but we can talk about sports.
Yeah, I think we're known for hockey.
We are, I actually just started going to hockey games this semester.
Wait, did you go to like Colgate? Is that
yes. I would say hockey's the big sport here. Every year we have a big rival game against Harvard, which I went to, which was super fun. We have a lot of traditions, like people throw like dead fish in the ice.
And for Colgate, it's like toothpaste.
And we started chanting Toothpaste University stuff. But other sports, I'm not totally sure on. Football is not that big here. Baseball isn't that big here. We have a lot of sports teams, and so you can go to their games if you want. But I think the only sport where the rink is like full is hockey.
Alejandra Gonzalez asked, how does the mission statement play out in Cornell life? And can you share experiences with unexpected skills you learned? Our mission statement, or our main phrase, is any person, any study. Even though a lot of people are worried that it's such a big school, it also leads way to a lot more opportunities that will likely fit one of your interests.
I would say the most distinguishing factor about Cornell, like if someone asks me why should I come to Cornell, my number one answer is we have so many majors and so many classes. And you absolutely will not find that in any other college. And so the mission statement's like really true. Like it's not just something we say, it's very true. So for example, I'm in a class this semester called Wines.
Oh, are you in wines?
I'm in wines, And wines is a famous, popular
Yeah.
class here. Everyone says like you should take it before you graduate. And it's literally a class where you sit with hundreds and hundreds of other students and you taste wine. And you learn about wine and the culture of wine and winemaking, and it's really cool because you can drink in class.
Yeah.
And like, you drink a substantial amount in class. So we have a lot of other classes like magical mushrooms.
I want to take that one.
We learn about mushrooms.
Oh, I love their PE course selection.
Yeah, the PE courses are so
Yeah.
cool. We're super outdoorsy, so
Yeah,
there's a lot
right.
of cool stuff.
I'm trying to take advantage of that. Like yesterday, I went skiing for the first time.
Oh, nice.
So that was really cool. And other ones we have are like wilderness survival skills, day hiking, fishing, sailing. There's one where you go to the Bahamas to snorkel.
What?
Yeah.
I should have taken that.
Yeah, but it's so cool.
I took yoga and bowling, so I'm really boring. I don't like physical activities.
No.
Zach Thurston one said Colts. Nah.
People joke about like Canada Goose.
Oh. People say project teams are like Colts.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Not in a bad way, just like certain
Joke.
clubs. Yeah, certain clubs will stick
Yeah.
really close with who's in that
Right.
club. People will probably say the same things about Greek life and any
Yeah.
organizations.
Yeah.
But actual cults, nah.
Yeah, no, actually no, but
Yeah,
we just
no.
joke like, oh, you're part of that cult.
Oh, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So those were all the myths we're debunking today. Thank you so much to Anna for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, if you want to see more in the future. Click the top right eye to watch more of my videos. You can follow me on social media at AlohaKDX, subscribe my channel here and my vlog channel here. Make sure to follow her on her socials and subscribe to her channel. I will see you next weekend with another new video. Bye!
Bye.